Hi folks, I'm going live tonight one more time for the beginner holiday, no, that's incorrect. I'm going live tonight for the updated bonus holiday songbook. My name's Jenny Seelig and I've been making these practice with me videos now for a couple of months, I think. This is my 17th or 18th that I've made. So that people can practice along with me or just listen or follow along. You can get the chords on my website. I have links in the description box that will help you out with that, or you can get them on Patreon, even if you're not a patron of mine. And I've been playing through my songbooks, both my mixed level songbook and also my beginner songbook. However, recently I decided at the end of November so that I should try to play through my holiday songbook as well, in case people are working on those songs, especially this month when I'm recording this, which is the month of December. So I'm almost done with the songbook and I just added 4 new songs for 2022. So I thought I would finish off the songbook, throw in those new songs because I've been going in alphabetical order, but I'll go back and pick up the 4 new songs. And then if you're working on these songs this month, you'll have that you can watch and play along with me if you like. You can always slow me down or speed me up. You can skip around using the timestamps. That's all possible here on YouTube. And although these are not strictly play-alongs, and I do sometimes pause if I'm making mistakes or I want to make a change in my chord sheet and I want to note that for myself, I know there are some people who are using these videos and are practicing along with me, and I hope that even if you're not practicing with me, it's at least encouraging you to practice as it is encouraging me to practice, so that I stay fresh on all the songs and I can lead them in the monthly play-alongs that we do every month. We have about 4 every month. Sometimes there's an extra one here or there, but usually I will do 2 that are more focused for beginners and 2 that are more focused on the mixed level players, so have some more intermediate song sheets in there as well and arrangements. And of course beginners are welcome at the mixed level ones as well. But for these special bonus holiday play-alongs or practice with me sessions using the play-along songbook, I wanted to make sure I got through the whole thing before the end of December. So I already had my camera and my mic set up for our patron office hours we just did, which I didn't get recorded correctly, and so I don't have the recording for my patrons, so sorry if you're watching this, but I thought since I had the whole setup all ready to go, I would just sit down and run through the rest of the songbook. And that is what I'm going to do now. So I will not put the chords on the screen. If you've been watching these, you know that's my format. I keep those chords off the side for myself so that you can see my hands if you wish to, and you can have the chords yourself on your screen, printed out, whatever works best for you on a different device, whatever you need. But this is in the bonus holiday songbook. I said it incorrectly at the start of the video, but that is the one we are working on. And for this particular one, we are starting off with the song Walking in the Air, because last video we left off at the song before that, which was To Heck with Old Santa Claus. So this one is a song that was used in the movie The Snowman, which is based on the Raymond Briggs book, which is a really lovely, touching book, and the animation is as well. And in the movie it's sung by, I can't remember if it's a solo or a whole boys choir, but definitely a high boys voice. And I don't want to sing in that particular range, and so when I arranged this for myself a couple years ago, I took it much lower. And this key, I think, splits the difference between maybe how some people would want to sing it and also chords that are not all easy to play, but are easier than some. There is an F sharp 7 in there, which isn't the easiest chord, as well as a B7 and a B. So you've got all those chords in here. I also, on this chord sheet I'm seeing, I've got my old-fashioned E minor, which is a 4-finger. I like to change that so that people who are just starting out can see they can play it as a 3-finger chord as well. I also played this year. I recorded this in a video in the key of G minor, which is a nice key for it as well. So if this is not your favorite key, you might try it in G minor. Try transposing it into G minor. I'm going to pick it G, C, E, A, E, C, G, C. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is the count. It could be strummed, but this is how I like to do it. Here's the intro. I started the wrong note. We're walking. There it is. I started it higher. Probably because I most recently played it in G minor. That's our starting note. We're walking in the air. We're floating in the moonlit sky. The people far below are sleeping as we fly. I'm holding very tight. I'm riding in the midnight blue. I'm finding I can fly so high above with you. If this is too low for you, I do recommend G minor as a key. There's the C, a little interlude here. Far across the world, the villages go by like trees, the rivers and the hills, the forests and the streams. Here comes the strumming section. Children gaze, open-mouthed, taken by surprise. Nobody down below believes their eyes. We're surfing in the air. We're swimming in the frozen sky. We're drifting over icy mountains, floating by. This one's a little different from the other interlude, just a little. As it's G, E minor, you can use your pinky trick for that. Here comes another strumming section. Suddenly, swooping low on an ocean deep, arousing of a mighty monster from its sleep. We're walking in the air. We're floating in the midnight sky. And everyone who sees us greets us as we fly. I see a couple things I want to change on this. I see that D minor should go on rousing, not on. I see that I want to write in my special alternate B7 shape. That is the same as the E minor shape, so that you can go back and forth there in the bridge. You know, you can play E minor and you can play B7 just by moving that all one string towards your face if you're a right-handed player. So you can do suddenly and then just shift that swooping low instead of the barred B7 if you want. Is there anywhere else that no, that works. Okay, so those were the errors, or not errors, but things I want to shift. One was an error on that chord sheet. And now let's look at Cynthia Lynn's What Are You Doing New Year's Eve? I kind of want to rewrite this one for myself, but I probably won't do that this year because there's a chord. I like to do slightly different chords on the bridge. And when I recorded this for myself, I made some changes. I probably won't rewrite it this year though, because we're running out of time in December and I'm trying to update my other two songbooks as well. So it's not a bad chord sheet by any means, and I'll probably just keep using Cynthia's version for another year. You can play that intro again. I like to do a pump strum on this one. Maybe it's much too early I stand one little chance. Here comes that jackpot question in advance. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. You could also do a barred A to end that, which is on your 3rd fret with your F shape behind it. I do like that arrangement by Cynthia, but I want to make a couple of changes. Let's write myself a note to rewrite this one. And the final song in the old songbook, before we go back and pick up the new songs, is Winter Song, which is a duet by Sarah Bareilles and Ingrid Michaelson that I learned a number of years ago. One of the first years I did my ukulele advent calendar, where I play a song every day or I post a song every day for December 1st through Epiphany, which is January 6th. And this has easy chords, but it's not the easiest song to arrange, and maybe I could go back and make this a little better. So let's look at it. Bum 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 bum. This is my winter song to you. The storm is coming soon. It rolls in from the sea. My voice a beacon in the night. My words will be a light to carry you to me. Is love alive? Is love alive? Is love? They say that things just cannot grow beneath the winter snow, or so I have been told. They say we're bearing far, just like a distant star I simply cannot hold. Is love alive? Is love alive? December never felt so wrong, 'cause you're not where you belong, inside my arms. Page turn. The long page turn. Oh, it doesn't even all fit on one page. I'm gonna have to scroll again. We'll just keep going. Bum 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 bum. I still believe in summer days. The seasons always change and life will find a way. I'll be your harvester of light and send it out tonight so we can start again. Is love alive? Is love alive? Is love alive? This is my winter song. December never felt so wrong, 'cause you're not where you belong, chord sheet from me. Okay, I thought that was wrong the first time I sang it, but maybe I just played it wrong. I like that song so much. I might just double check the ending of it versus the original. Not that it needs to be exactly like the original, but also I was a little unclear how much I wanted to strum the one little interlude I did at the first page. Life's love, life is love, love. Oh, there's no live there. I think a 4 is good. Yeah, and that worked well. I just continued with the picking pattern I've been doing in the part before, because this is one where it doesn't specify. Sometimes in my song sheet it specifies like 2 of these per chord or 3 of these per chord, 4 or 4. It usually would be 2 or 4. I didn't specify in this one because I didn't actually write in. Oh, it starts out 2. Bum, 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 but sometimes only 1. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, it might be more than we like, more complicated looking at the chord sheet. Oh, there's one more. I forgot there was one more at the end here. Winter Weather. This is also one I wrote a while back. Oh, G. No, that's G. No. Yeah. What am I doing? Oh, is it the island strum? How was I supposed to count that when I originally did this? So C over A, I want to put the A on my G string with the 2nd fret, and then I put my C chord on top. Okay. That's too much intro. Like, what was I thinking? It's probably like the original, but what I should do is I should just revisit that. I'm gonna just play it with the 2 down strums per. I'm on the 2nd line now, B flat, F, B flat. I don't know how this is supposed to sound. That's 4. F. This is the 3rd line of the intro, which is entirely too long. I'm going to shorten this. It might be, it's not really a verse. I love the winter weather because the 2 of us can get together. There's nothing sweeter. When it's great song and a poorly written by me chord sheet for a jam purpose. That works for playing it on your own. Although I still don't know exactly what I meant by putting those incredibly long intro and interlude. And I do think it just follows the original probably. I'm going to rewrite that one. All right. Maybe I can get it done by tomorrow. Maybe I can't. We'll see. If you're watching this in real time, like today, as I'm filming this is Sunday, December 11th, we have a jam on Tuesday, the 13th this week at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're planning on joining us for that, maybe I'll have this rewritten by that point, and that would be nice. But for now, I'm going to go in to record myself practicing the 4 new songs in this play along songbook that are new this year. So the first one is Christmas Lights. And let me just go down to that. This is one I've been thinking about doing a tutorial for my patrons because it's got a lot of fun elements that you can add into it, and I think it might be fun to teach this one to patrons. So if you are a patron, leave me a comment. Let me know if you want that. So here's how the intro riff goes. Be fun to teach this. I could spend more time. Folks. Scrolling to get the rest of the song on the page. Those Christmas lights light up the street, down where the sea and city meet. May all your troubles soon be gone. Oh, Christmas lights keep shining on. Those Christmas lights light up the street. Maybe they'll bring her back to me. Then all my troubles will be gone. Oh, Christmas lights keep shining on. Oh, Christmas lights light up the street, light up the fireworks and me. May all your troubles soon be gone. Those Christmas lights. things I did wrong is the C add 9 needs to be bolded because it's only one. Those Christmas lights keep shining on. Then we do two, two, two. Okay, and the other place I played it wrong, but it's written right, is keep shining on to C, two. Okay, and on the page before that I saw a place where I didn't have my whole bracket. So I'll fix that. But I like that song. That song works well. It'll be a fun one to teach. The next one that I added this year in alphabetical order is Everything is One Big Christmas Tree by Magnetic Fields, written by Stephen Merritt, who's amazing. He's great. I also haven't played this since last year though, so let's see if I remember how it goes. Oh yeah, and if you speak German, I'm very sorry because I do not speak German, and I do my best with the German, but I learned it from the Magnetic Fields, and I don't know if they pronounce it correctly either, so I may get your German incorrect. Let's do the intro one more time. There it comes. Everything is one big Christmas tree, all got up with lights and candy. All the world is turning prettily. Everyone's waiting, Sandy. Stop fumbling and cheer up. Put down the book, pick beer up. Why sit in your dark and lonely room? Posture everyone, be sincere. Here's a vial of laughing gas perfume. See the people smile when you're near. If they don't like you, screw them. Don't leave your fortune to them. Nein, vielleicht ist alles nicht ein Traum. Ist alles ein Albtraum, nicht. Alles ist ein großer Tannenbaum. Unter einem Weltraum gestickter. Sorry. La 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 la. Everything is one big Christmas tree, all got up with lights and candy. All the world is turning prettily. Everyone's waiting, Sandy. Where can that Sandy be? 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 One more. Where can that Sandy be? Does it end on D or does it end on G? I'll look that up. Let's find out if it ends on G or D. And I got the stress wrong. Unter einem Weltraum gestickter. Unter einem Weltraum gestickter. Again, I know I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but I at least want to be able to get the line out. Two more, and then we'll be done with this songbook for this year. Hopefully I'll add some new songs next year. Everything is One Big Christmas Tree. Oh, I skipped Everything is Cool. Sorry, not alphabetical order. Everything is Cool is a John Prine song, and I also learned that this year and added it to this songbook. And I've been picking this one, although you can island strum it if you like to. That's how I was picking it. G, E, C, A. Or what Cynthia Lynn would notate as 1, 3, 2, 4, and then 3, 2, 3, pulling in sort of a syncopated moment at the end of it. And we actually sing on the second one of these. Everything is cool. Everything's okay. But just before last Christmas, flying through the sky. They seem to form a teardrop from a black-haired angel's eye. A tear fell all around me, and they washed my sins away. Now everything is cold. Everything's okay. Oh, I think I only have to write these once because I've already established 2 per chord. Everything is cool. Everything's okay. But just before last Christmas, my baby went away. Oh, that's half. Find it real surprising for myself to hear me say everything is cool. Everything's okay. Everything is cool. Everything's okay. Why, it was just before last Christmas. My baby went away. Little slide there at the end. I think I need to revisit how I write out these chords, because if I've said at the beginning, everything gets 2 of these. There's a couple that I need to bold because they don't actually get 2, and I don't want to write out the interlude as being too long. I can't even highlight that. I wonder why. Okay. We'll figure this out. Not on your time, but on my time. One more. The last one in the songbook that's new this year is The Holly and the Ivy, which was a patron request. And it's because it was a fast-moving song, and I think that it was so that you could get a little extra practice on it if we put it in the songbook. So when I taught this to beginners the other day, we did very simple strumming, and we just did 1 or 2 down strums the whole way through. Actually, sometimes there might be 3 or 4, but we just did down strums and tried to change the chords on the right beats. Actually, was saying in that play along, and I'll say it again, that I think this is a nice one. I guess it was just yesterday, wasn't it? This is a nice one for practicing some intuitive strumming, because if you're hitting the chord changes, then you can kind of figure out where else you want to strum in amongst that. I wrote an example out of how I found myself strumming this, but I didn't plan it out. I just played through it enough times that I kind of ended up doing the same thing most times. So I'm going to try this, but I might strum it slightly differently than is written on the page, because as I said, I wasn't planning out a chord or a strumming pattern. I was just strumming it intuitively. I'm just seeing what I wrote here. Yeah, I bet I'll strum it slightly differently. This would be a good example of how strumming changes depending on how you're feeling and what it's doing in your body that day. All right, so let's try this intro. Down, down. The holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown, of all the trees there in the wood, the holly bears a crown. That was different. For the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. The holly bears the that's my New York bonus holiday songbook 2022 update. You can get it on my website probably the day after I post this because I need to make a few more changes, and also on Patreon. It'll be on Patreon, both in patron only posts as well as in public posts that anyone can access. Thank you to my patrons for supporting me so I have time to do things like create songbooks, practice through them, make adjustments and changes to them. I really appreciate it. I have several gigs, and ukulele is my favorite one, and I wish I got to do it more. So every patron I get helps me do it more. And so I thank all of you for supporting me, whether it's for 1 month or many. And also I thank the folks who aren't able to support me monetarily or who aren't interested in supporting me monetarily, because I appreciate you watching and commenting and encouraging me, which so many of you do. So thank you so much, patron or not. I appreciate you. And I am going to continue this series. Of course, I will continue it with my other songbooks. So I'm going to go back to sort of alternating between doing some mixed level songbook stuff and some beginner level songbook stuff. And I'll continue to share both of those, so that I work through both those songbooks, and the new songs that I add each month to the mixed level songbook will get put in there too. And we'll just keep going with the series because it seems like a few people are watching and enjoying it, and it helps motivate me to practice. So again, it's worth it to me to do, and I'm glad I get to share it. Thanks again for being here. If you're celebrating the holidays this season, happy holidays to you, and I will see you on the internet.